Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working together through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets and you can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. And now we're going to complete the first practice paper of 2018. So if you turn with me to page 6, we'll have a look at question 9. And so all of the questions will be referring back to this little extract of music here. I do suggest that you have a go of this on your own. First of all, it doesn't matter if you go wrong, you'll soon get to grips with it, and it's always better to learn by your mistakes. Always work in pencil, and that way it doesn't matter if you go wrong. You've got an eraser, you can just have another go. Also make sure you've got a ruler to keep things neat and tidy, otherwise you risk losing some marks if your answers aren't clear. So let's make a start and check through these together now. So question 1, it tells us that the key of the melody is F major. We can see we've got a key signature of B flats, which is the key signature of F major, and we need to find a bar that contains all the notes of the tonic triad in this key. And so before we go looking for it, let's think what we're actually looking for. The tonic triad is made up of the first, the third and the fifth degrees of the scale. So in F major, F of course is the first, F, G, A is the third, B flat of course, and then C is the fifth. So we're looking for a bar that's got F, A and C in it. May not necessarily be in that order, but those all of those notes need to be present. So the first bar, we have a low F below bottom G and a C, all cows. So we've got an F and a C but no A, so that won't do. These are completely the wrong notes here. Bar 3, we have an F, an A and a C. So there we have our tonic triad. So bar 3 is the answer. However, just at a glance through, we can see actually in bar 7 we've got a C, an F and an A. Yes, there's also a G as well, but nevertheless all 3 notes of the tonic triad are present. So you could also say bar 7. So either one of those is correct. Let's carry on. So name the degree of the scale the first note in bar 2. So remember we're in F majors, so we're counting F as 1. So here is our F as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. B flat is the 4th. If you're not sure and you don't feel very confident counting up the steps, another way you can double check that is if you just map out the steps of your scale. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Of course it's B flat, but your key signature will deal with that, so no need to worry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's our octave. And we can see that B flat, of course, because of your key signature, is the 4th. So you can double check it that way. So it's the 4th degree of the scale. There we go. Let's look at this next question. Now we have to say whether these statements here, these two here, are true or false. So let's see. All the notes in bar 5 can be found in the key of F major. So let's look at bar 5. Well, F major does have a B flat, so far that's correct. However, here we have a C sharp, and that has no place in the key of F major, and so that statement is false. F major has a key signature of B flats, and that's it. Now, reading this carefully, 120, so we have crotchet equals 120, that's our metronome marking, that's telling us precisely how fast this goes. This is telling us that there are 120 crotchet beats per minute. However, if you read this carefully, it says in a bar. Well, that's nonsense. There's no way you could have 120 crotchet beats in a bar. And so that also is false, because it should be per minute. If you think about your metronome mark, if it says crotchet equals 60, that's like 1 click a second. So 120 is 2 clicks a second. That's the precise speed that we've been asked to perform this piece in. It's not possible to say that you could do that in a whole bar. So let's look at the next question. Give the time name of the longest note in the melody. So let's see what we've got. So we've got some 2-beat notes here, some minims or half notes. But carrying on, we have a dot after a minim here. So a dotted minim or a dotted half note is even longer, because we know that a dot makes a note half as long again. So that's the longest there. So depending which terminology you're comfortable with, you would either say dotted minim, or you would say dotted half note. And then the last question is the easiest 10 marks you could hope for. You just need to take your time. We get 10 marks just for copying, so make sure that you copy the correct bit. Usually it asks from the start of the music, but here you can see we're not always asked that. We're going from the start of bar 5 to the end of bar 8, exactly as it's written above. They even give us a checklist. Don't forget the clef, the key signature, the dynamics and all other details. And so what we're going to be doing is copying from bar 5 to the end of bar 8. So we're copying this whole second line. And so in order to make sure we don't forget anything, I'm going to just keep my bars aligned with theirs. And I'm going to keep my notes aligned with theirs, and that way I won't lose track where I am. And I won't make a mistake just because I've lost my place. So we need the clef. This is where working in pencil is really, really important. You need to be able to rub out to keep it absolutely neat. Now, as long as you're copying this out, you can copy it in any order you like. I just prefer to get the note heads in, just get all the blobs in place. That way I'm going to keep a track on where I am, and I know everything's included, and then I can worry about all the other little bits and bobs after. But it doesn't matter, you're just copying. So as long as you get absolutely everything down, you can take your time and do it in any order. So I'm going to do stems next. By all means use a ruler if you feel you need to. I'll put all the slurs and other bits and bobs in a moment. I deal with it this way, and that way I'm just taking everything in sort of in their own place, and hopefully that stops you forgetting anything. We'll better just join that up. So now I'll put in the slurs and articulation marks, and now I'll put in the dynamics. F, dim, gradually getting quieter, diminuendo, and I think that's it. That's the end of that question, and that's the end of that paper. I do hope that's been helpful to you. I hope that you're enjoying it and it's of benefit to your studies. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more to come. Please also do visit sharonbill.com and have a good look at all the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.